So what I have to do now is first off grab this and make it a little smaller, or at least the same as the front face. I think that's it. I think that's it. And I'm gonna grab these faces on the back. And these two. And these three. And do the exact same I did at the front. So I'm just gonna extrude them in. Now I'm gonna grab the faces again. And I'm gonna delete them. Like that. And I'm gonna grab this hole I just made and scale it to make it flat as possible, like that, and move it back. And now I'm gonna line these edges with the cylinder I have back there. Like this. Oh. Okay, now we have it. And now I'm gonna just complete this hole. I mean, it's hollowed inside, but I wanna seal it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and bridge this. So in this case, I mean, you could select each pair and bridge every single one, but if you want to bridge all of them in one click, you just have to, I mean, bridge one pair of edges, then double click to select the whole edge on both sides, and deselect the ones that are on the first edge you bridged. And so now you can see it's only the edges of the hole without these ones, and now you can bridge them, and boom, it's bridged. And if you smooth it, you can see that there's no errors or something like that. It's very good. So now I'm gonna add these loops for control of the shape. Add them near the edges, so we can have like a sharp edge. Kind of sharp and not too sharp. Now we got it. Now all we have to do is, well, keep working the exact same thing with the other 9 holes. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. But I think I'm gonna do the big holes first, now that I have the cylinder already in the correct shape, the correct size. So I'm just gonna do it. Looks like, okay, this guy here has it's in 3 faces, the hole is behind 3 faces, and in the other ones it's like only 2. So I have to work it out. I think they're gonna be slightly different, unless I redo this whole section with like 10-20 subdivisions or something, like to make it even. And so I just make this and then duplicate it, but then I wouldn't be able to merge this section with this because this has more subdivisions that this would have. So I think I'm gonna have to do it manually, just so I don't make more mistakes. So let's just grab these faces. I mean, I think I can move this edge a little bit so it covers the whole thing. Just like that, not gonna disturb the smoothness very much. Yep, like that. Maybe I'll move these guys a little bit too, to be symmetrical, a little bit more symmetrical. Now I'm gonna extrude these faces in. Now let's just line up. I think this should have less vertices, so let me just delete these. I should have, I think, 10 maybe. And so we'll just hit 10 over here and start lining them up. Let's see. Oops, this one was too much. Okay, there we go. Now let's just check how these... Yep, exactly. Just have to make sure you don't deform the mesh, the model you already did. So you have to adjust these vertices a little bit. Try to line them up with the rest of the surface. These guys are a little bit forward. I'm just gonna adjust this. Oh, these two should be a little more down, like in the same level as this, and only these are left. Just move them back a little bit. And it looks like this. This is too pronounced. Yeah, that's better. Okay, now I repeat the same thing and extrude these faces. Oh, this one's at the back too. And extrude them in and delete them. I'm selecting them again to delete them, because if I delete them right away it's gonna pop out an error message here, and I don't like that. It's a little annoying, so that's why. Now I'm just gonna line this up again with the ones on the front. There we go. Now let's just do the same thing we did last time. I'm gonna grab this, make it flat with the scale tool. A little bit like that, move it back. Oh, too much. Like like that. Now we can bridge the holes to close them up. Bridge this and bridge that. Now let's add the control loops. Let's just take out the wired view. It's looking nice. Now I should add the no, let's just add it later. I have to add another control loop around this edge to make the curve a little sharper. But if I do that now, I'm gonna be adding another subdivision here, and I don't want to do that right now. So let's just wait till later. And I want to do the same over here, with this other edge to make it a little sharper. So let's move on to the next. This is the other one that has 3 faces. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now just extrude them in. Oh wait, I think I grabbed another one. Okay, now I can do it again. Let's just grab this and add the 12 subdivisions again. Turn it to line it up. Okay, now I'm gonna delete these faces, the ones I extruded, and line up the vertices with the cylinder again. Like that. Now, as in last time, I have to adjust these edges. Well, I should grab all of them except for these ones. Try to make it flat like I do on the back part. This should go, I think, a little bit upwards, maybe. I mean, forward. Yeah, like that. And I have to get these 2 guys inward, backwards. You know, move them in like that. I think it's good. Now let's check on the X-ray. Yep, these 2 guys are way too forward. Yep, that's good. So now we do the same with the back faces again. Let's turn on X-ray again and extrude them in. And now delete them, or select them again and delete them. Now line them up with the cylinder. like so. And now again, let's just make this how flat and move it back like that. And now let's just bridge them again. Do one, and double click, deselect this and bridge again. Now let's add the control loops. Yep, like that. It's looking nice so far. Now remember, this edge is very sharp because these are two separate pieces, so I'm just when I merge them, it's gonna look nice, like a realistic type of edge. Let me turn on the subdivisions again, and let's just move on to the next bolt hole. This one has two faces only again, so let's just change this back to 10 and rotate it. Now it's already in the right angle, so let's just select these faces and extrude them in. Well, I should actually move these edges just a little bit to the right. Also the cylinder, yeah, like that. I can extrude this in. I let them go. Okay, now, and now select them again and delete them. Now let's just go to the side view again and line up the vertices. And one more to go. Okay, ready? Now let's just adjust these vertices. Like that. Now these two. Oh, sorry. These two. And then this last one. Now it looks good. Now these two. Move them back again. And finally these two. And this last one. Yeah, I think it looks good. Maybe this guy's a little too far back. I'll just move it forward a little bit. Now let's do the back part. Extrude that in. Now delete the faces. Okay, let's go ahead and line them up with the cylinder. Okay, Now let's just grab the edge and scale it. Move it back and bridge the edges. Like that, and add the control loops. Now it's just, I think, the last one of the big ones. Again, two face only. Oh, this guy's a little bit, and this guy's a little bit. Like that. Now let's just select the faces and extrude them in. Delete them. And line up the edges, the vertices. There we have it. Now let's just correct this. That's good, I think, for this side. Let's just go to this other side. Put this back a little bit. Yep. Just checking if all the other ones are lined up. Now let's use the back part. Oh, these two, extrude them in and delete them. Now adjust the vertex. Like that. Now again, let's just select this and make it flat with the scale tool. Move it back. A little bit more flat, like that. Now let's just do the bridge. Hit G again to repeat the tool, like when I was welding the different faces together. Now add the control loops, and there we go. We have the 5 main holes. Now let's just add the little ones. I think I can move these faces, this whole ring, back, and it wouldn't hurt. Like that. I'm just gonna add these, now that we're working on here, the control loops for the back part. I mean, it's a little messy here, I can see. Now let's just delete this. Control Z. Let's grab these faces, this whole ring of faces, and scale it to make it flat. Like that. Now we can add the control loop. Looks a bit better. I wonder if these guys at the front are also, looks like they are very irregular shape. Should make it a little bit more flat, just a tiny bit. Then add the control loop. And also over here on this lip to define it a little bit more. No, looks like this shape is quite bad actually. This whole section is not like a pretty nice circle. It has very rough edges and stuff. So what I'm gonna do here is just to correct it. I'm gonna grab this cylinder that I already have here, bump up the subdivisions to 27, just like the outer part, and I'm gonna scale it up and line it up with the part I'm working with, because what I want to do here is fix the shape of the cylinder, because you see it's all like irregular and looks bad. When I smooth it, it's gonna look bad. So I'll just take a little bit of time to fix it, make it look good. So I'm doing this model for a rendering that I'm working with. So I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect, but it has to look good on the render. And this type of stuff, this type of weird shapes, they are pretty noticeable most of the time in the reflections when you render. So having a pretty nice uniform shape, it's gonna be quite better if you are planning to do something like this. So just these tiny details are quite useful. Yeah, only a few left to go. And the last one over here. So now I can just get on the perspective view, smooth it, and now you can see it looks quite a lot better. The circle shape, it's pretty much perfect. Obviously it's not, you saw me do it very quickly, but it looks pretty nice. So now I'll just go back to doing the little holes. Let's just start with this one. I think all of these guys are in between two faces. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty obvious. Well, this guy is only one, but I don't know. Let's just work with two. So I don't have to touch these faces again. So no, I only have to work with these four. So let's see how it goes. Let's extrude this and delete them. Now I think these guys, finally I can take a good guess and say there are 6, only 6. Well, no, I'm wrong again. So let's check it out. I'm terrible at guessing this type of stuff. Just to see how many. No, yeah, there are supposed to be 8. how many subdivisions to line up the vertices. Yeah. Let's see how this looks. No, not too bad. Just have to move these three guys. Make sure I only selected the three that I want and move them back. Now this one and this one. And this one too. Move this. Now I have to grab these two, move them back again. Also these two. Let's see how this looks. Very nice. Maybe a little too much curvature here. Yep, that's better. Now I have to do the same here at the back. Let's just find these faces. Okay, these guys are these ones. Extrude them in and delete them. Okay, I should move this cylinder a little bit further back because it's obstructing my vision right now. Just delete these and line up the vertices again. And finally this one. So now, well, guess what? We're gonna bridge them. Yep. So let's grab this, hit bridge, select them all, deselect this, bridge again. Yep, what a surprise. So now let's just add the control loops. There we go. We have the big holes and a little hole. So what I'm gonna do, so you don't get so bored, which I assume you are, I'm gonna cut until I have all the other little holes done, so we can move on to the next part.